Mark Saylor is the head chef for a retirement community in Dunedin, Florida. His days are long and his job isn't always easy. After years in his physically demanding career, coupled with accidents which affected both Achilles, his body was telling him enough was enough.
I'm a chef, so I'm on my feet constantly. It's 10-hour days, so anyone that's in this business working on the line is on their feet for 9-10 hours straight. There's really no sitting time. So it's a lot of strain on your feet, which tie into that back pain, I think. My pain probably started about 15 years ago, I think. I had an accident with my left Achilles. It seemed that having to be non-weight bearing on that, it seemed to cause problems in my lower back. And then I let that go for several years, and eventually I ruptured my other Achilles, and I think that tied into more back pain that I was having. My pain felt like a sharp stabbing pain, sent like an electric pulse down my leg, and my toes would often go numb. Almost felt like a knife in the lower back.
Eventually, his pain prevented him from spending precious quality time with his wife and children.
Pain affected me in the ways of I couldn't take the walks with my wife, couldn't do things with my kids. It was hard to even go shopping. I mean, I was always that guy hunched over on the shopping cart walking around the store. I couldn't even hold my daughter in line. I remember being at Disney and couldn't even pick her up and hold her for more than 3-4 minutes without the pain.
Working became almost impossible for Mark. He attempted to resolve the issues through chiropractic care, massage therapy, and pain medicines, but those methods only masked his pain.
Work was agonizing. It was tough. I got to the point where I almost wanted to try and file for a disability, but it was you work on the line and you're standing, so every time there wasn't a ticket, you'd kind of kneel down to the ground and try and relieve some of that stress. So it was painful. I mean, there was times when it was just agonizing to even get out of bed, or it hurt too much to walk, to get in the car and drive, and then when you went to get out, the pain was there in your lower back. I finally got to the point where my pain was just agonizing, and I was at the very end, and it was either file for disability and stay at home and just live with the pain, or go through with something that I've seen commercials and I've heard about other people doing it, and it was just kind of a life-changing choice for me.
After hearing other stories of successful procedures from television and radio, he finally contacted the Bonati Spine Institute.
The doctor care was great. They took me right in. There was no wait. They took the x-rays, they took the MRI. The consult was immediate, and it was with Dr. Bonati himself, and we discussed he knew right from just where my pain was, he knew right where the surgery needed to be. He looked at the MRI, and then he kind of looked at me and said, "This is where your pain is," and it was exactly what I has experienced. I thought that was neat.
His procedure was in October 2015, and like other stories, his relief began shortly after surgery while in the recovery room.
It was the L5 in the spine, so it was I had a laminectomy and a discectomy, so I was able to alleviate all that nerve pain. The pain was gone. I woke up in the recovery room, and they had told me right when I was not as groggy, they told me to get up and walk down the hall, and I could feel the pain was gone. They tell you not to work within a week or two. Within 3 days, I was ready to go back to work. It was, within a week, I was back to my normal self. I was just watching the weight restriction. I felt like I could already lift 50 pounds, even though, they keep you at a very minimal. But the recovery was fast, and within 3 months, I was back to full playing sports and everything I loved.
After recovery, Mark is back to life with his family, playing his favorite sports and enjoying his time in the kitchen.
It's been great. I've been able to do all the things with my wife and family since. I've been able to do the sports that I love, things that I was ready to give up on. Everything from tennis to kayak, softball, basketball, everything. It's just brought me back to doing everything that I wasn't able to do in the past. Yeah, work is fantastic. Like I said, it's a long, days are long, so you can do 10 to 12-hour days, but I don't feel that pain anymore to where I would even just want to go home from the pain. So currently I just love my job. I love working. I love the whole atmosphere now.
The Bonatti Spine Institute's approach to patient care goes beyond that of any typical doctor's office. They have patient advocates who provide personalized assistance in every step of the process and access to their surgeons to answer any questions before, during, and after your procedure.
I went through 10 years of fear to get the pain alleviated. I felt no pain. I was completely out. My life's completely changed. I feel like I had wasted 10 years not doing it, and to do something where I guess the biggest fear is it's back surgery. They're near your spine. You get that worry that you're gonna wake up and not feel your legs, but that's not there, and I'd recommend that to everybody. It's a great surgery. I've been to a couple other institutes around town, and just in the fear of getting the process done, the whole insurance process was faster. The way they treated you when you walked in the door right away was better. He's just he's got it right, so it's very comfortable when you're in there by everyone that you meet. I would highly recommend Bonatti to anybody, yeah.